Make sure we're live here before we get started. Okay, looks like we are going live. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. So we will get started. Well, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this, and welcome to another City Updates live broadcast. I am Jamie Chavez, your host with the Westminster Chamber of Commerce, and we're thrilled to have you with us here today. As always, we're here to bring you the latest insights straight from City Hall, featuring conversations with our councilors, our mayor pro tem, our mayor, and others from the city. And it is your backstage pass to what's happening in Westminster. If this is your first time joining us to the broadcast, a special welcome to you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. For anyone watching on Facebook, feel free to like and follow this page so you get future notifications for when we go live. If you're on YouTube, you can hit subscribe, and you can also explore all of our previous broadcasts there if that's something that you want to do. On Mondays, we on the broadcast are all about city updates, while on Wednesdays, we offer a chance to meet some of our newest business members of the chamber and learn about their businesses or organizations. So I encourage you to join us for those broadcasts as well. This Wednesday at 11, I'll be going live with Rocky Mountain Sports Club and Rocky Mountain Martial Arts. I'm excited to have them be able to share with you the incredible services that they are bringing to the area. We also reserve the last Friday of the month, so that will be this Friday, for county updates featuring Jeffco County Commissioner Tracy Kraft-Tharp. So stay tuned for that to be informed on broader county matters. As you watch this broadcast this morning, please feel free to engage with us. Don't be shy. Drop your comments, ask any questions, or simply say hello in the comment section, and we will be sure to address those during the interview. And finally, I want to extend a very warm welcome to our City of Westminster Mayor, Nancy McNally. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
I am good. I did come straight from rehab. Those that don't know, I had open heart surgery December 26th, and so I have 4 weeks left of rehab, but I call it my torture chamber. And today they decided, with 4 weeks to go, it was a good time to up every level that I've been doing. The weights went up, the reps went up. So it would have been easy to come home and fall asleep, but I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, well, we were talking about how they
survived it.
Yeah, well, they think you're Superwoman, and I said, I think everybody thinks you're Superwoman. So this is just kind of how you are. Everybody's very impressed with you. So we do have some people saying hello this morning that are joining us. Good morning, Dave. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Brian. And good morning, Brian Head. And good morning, Parker. Thank you all for being here. Well, we'll just jump into it, and you can give us an update of what's going on, anything you want people to know.
Well, for today, because of me, I go over to Good Sam's on 287 for my rehab, for my cardio, and you can tell which way the wind blew because the lights going north and south, you cannot see what color of light there is. They are totally snowed over, and people are running red lights. People don't, because you can't see. And it's a very dangerous situation. And right at Miramonte and 287, there were people that didn't see that they shouldn't be going when other people are coming the other direction. And there were 3 accidents. So just be careful. And I certainly probably will state something tonight at our pre-meeting that it was very dangerous, even up here at 112th and Westminster Boulevard as we turned to come home. It was the same way. Somebody blew a red light because you only see white, and there was a car coming from the east to the west, and they very easily could have collided because you wouldn't have seen that other car coming, but he got through first. And so don't assume that you have the right of way. I know for us to turn, you could barely see a green in the very bottom, and we knew it was okay to turn. But first, I had to make sure no one on either side or in
Yeah.
front of me was just going to come through. So be
Yeah.
careful. That's my message this morning. We saw people not being careful and treating anything as slow down and try to figure out the situation, because if you slow down, you could see the very tip top red, but going 50, 60 miles an hour, as some of these cars were on 287, you would not see that little sliver. And they did it in front of a police officer. So it at least was a time where the police officer was at the right place at the right time. So just that heads up. This weekend, what did we do? We had a huge Easter egg hunt for adults over at Walnut Creek. And I hadn't ever been to that. I got to help with the Easter bonnet uh, contest, and there were 4 judges, and there were always too low and too high, it seemed like, and we were laughing so hard that we did pay attention, but we laughed our way through everything. And there were some that were, there's this one that was a cardboard hat that she had made, but it went up. At the very top was a teapot that was tipping over, and then it had all these books and Easter bunnies, and it just was. I can't imagine how you even made it. But so anyway, that was fun. And what I really laughed about when we got to the table, I said, "Am I in Hawaii?" And people said, "Well, why do you say that?" And there was nothing but spam on the table, and there were cans of spam, and then there were packages of single slices of spam. And they said, "Oh no, that's for all the participants." And so I don't know how they chose spam, but people really did the spam. And there was one young man that just taped an egg to his baseball hat and participated. And he had a sign that said, "I'm only doing this so I can get some spam." And he did. But anyway, that was the hot item. But they had a contest where you take peeps and you do artwork. And I didn't see, it was windy and cold. And so after the bonnet contest, I did slip away and came home. I was frozen. So, but they have 2 different Easter egg hunts, one at the upper level, one at the lower. And then they had the egg toss with live eggs. So there's a lot of eggs up there that broke. So I hope the wild animals ate unbaked eggs because they weren't hard boiled. But that was, and then yesterday, always one of my heartfelt uh, projects that the city sponsors. Back when our grandson had been diagnosed with cancer, people at the city to just show support for him. And he was at every shaving and helped shave some of the first heads. And he always went for the center and went down. But we had the St. Baldrick's from 11 to 12:30 yesterday. Um, they are close to their $20,000 goal, but it's not too late to donate. Go to St. Baldrick's and find the City of Westminster one. These guys, we had some of the guys, there's a troop of them that have been there almost all 13 years that we've been doing it. And they come with very colored hair. Um, they are so much fun, and they so believe in it. And I don't know how they get their donations, but their donations are great. And the city up to yesterday had raised over $205,000 in its 12 years. So we are
That's
anxious
amazing.
to get to our 20,000 this year. We had um, very heartfelt people were there. Not that they're always not always there, but this year, one of our police officers' families is dealing with their middle child that has been diagnosed with cancer, and she saw all the activity going on, and she had her head shaved, and just a little thing, and has this big smile, and the stylists always run their hand over that little bald head. It's just always very meaningful. And then we had a young girl that wanted to meet me, and I'm guessing maybe 11 or 12. I'm terrible at ages with kids, but maybe. And she had long hair, beautiful dark hair, and they braided it into a braid in the back and then cut it. Her father passed away 9 months with cancer, and she wanted to do this for him. Then we had one of our team that has been doing this with us and helping from the inside for these 13 years. And he just lost a family member last Sunday morning and didn't think he was going to be there. But Saturday night before I went to bed, I don't know why I checked Facebook, and there he was with his blonde hair. But I'm going, he usually has red, orange, green, I think it's orange, green, and orange. So he comes with with it all crazy. And so I said, "Oh, just blonde, but he's here. He's coming." And they had called him because he had a later appointment to get shaved. And they said, "Can you be here early?" And they had sent me a script if he was there to thank him for all of the work that he has done. He alone has raised over $30,000. And it was just, we had people pouring in that I didn't even know. We had somebody come in that wanted a picture with our young girl that has just been diagnosed with cancer. And I think he's a former firefighter somewhere, and he was there to donate but wanted his picture taken with her. So the great thing about St. Baldrick's is they are one of the few that does children's research. And our grandson went through 3 of those trials. Two of them were in San Francisco. So I usually took him every 21 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday were our days to fly, have chemo, and come home. And we needed parents working, and they had 2 young children at home also, trying to keep life in a balance. So um, we understand that. And Shay would always say he never complained. And now that I'm in a cancer situation and you get whatever news you get, I understand better his point of, "Grandma, you don't worry about what the tests are going to come back. They're going to tell you, and then they'll tell you what you need to do. And that's what you have to do." And that is the truth. And while he was doing the trials, he knew he was forging ahead for others and helping the kids that came behind him. And 2 of those trials have been put on the market for kids. He had neuroblastoma, but um, for kids that came up after him, to be able to have something else to help, because cancer for him sometimes got smart, and it would then grow because of the cancer. And so then that's when you have to change, because and that's just what they called it. They said this cancer got smart, and so you went off on a different path, trying to figure it all out. So what we did learn is you enjoy each day. You can find sunshine in it, no matter whether he was over his bucket throwing up 24/7. We always had something we could find some sunshine in. And the doctors said, you just take each day, find that sunshine, and hang on to it. So that's what I told those dealing with that yesterday. And it just was a great day. So thanks for letting me talk about that. Um,
Yeah, of course.
I'm also on the Citizen Advisory team. I sit there. I have told them I'm not voting because this dog park issue is going to come back to council. So I don't think it would be fair for me to give any information, share any thoughts, because it has to come back. My role is to sit there and listen, share with council as we go along, so that all 7 don't have to sit there. And I can tell you, there's every point of view that we heard from the big meeting over at City Park, from the people that live right there and are dealing with the issues of overflow parking, people coming into the neighborhood, all of that, to the people that live on the other side that with the trails right behind their homes and whatnot, to the people that just bike and are tired of dogs chasing them, to the dog owners themselves. So very robust conversation, very respectful. People are listening to one another. So we had our first meeting. The next meeting will be to go and walk the property. And I imagine see what's happening, understand from the open space folks what their concerns are. And we meet every other week. So they think they can get this done like in 6 meetings. So stay tuned.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you for that update.
Do we have any questions out there?
None have come in so far. I'm sure we'll get a couple. Maybe since you've got council tonight, maybe you can tell us what's on your agenda for this evening.
We have some proclamations. CASA, is they have deal with kids, and we have CASAs. Our former counselor, Lindsay Emmons, is a CASA, and she's had some very interesting cases. These are instances where a third party comes in to advocate for that child and represent them in court, make visits with them, really build that trust so they know there is an adult that's on their team. And the work that they do is just amazing. And if you know a CASA, do something nice for them. If it's something that you might be interested in, please, they have more kids needing a CASA than they have available. So if it's something that you're looking into, please do it. There's application and you have to go through some training and stuff, but I've just through the eyes of Counselor Emmons watched her eyes glisten with how proud she was of her the little one that she was advocating for. And I know in one situation, she didn't think mom and the child would ever get back together because of the different issues. And at the very end, mom really put the meat to the grindstone and did everything that was asked and did it well. And they were reunited. So there are happy endings to all of this. And we just need good men and women that will be a CASA.
Okay.
So we have that. We have one on, I think, colorectal cancer month. And then we have another one that's escaping me. So we have a few of those. And
Okay.
then a pretty long consent agenda. Those are items that we've either talked about or are just general in manner. And then we have Uplands coming, so that'll be a hearing with one of their, they divided everything they're doing into segments. So they have several on the big property, and then the little tiny pieces that they took, those are different pieces. So I always have to look at the map to see, okay, where's this one located?
Yeah.
We had one of those last week that they came to us for the land that is south of 84th, east of Federal, and there's just a triangle. They kept a big portion of that corner open space, or gave it to the city for so that you still have that view corridor down to downtown, but they'll be putting townhomes along there. And because it is a hill that is angled, the second row towards the bottom will be built more into that angle, and then the top ones. So they just talked about all the things that they would like to do, and at those meetings that like we had last week, we're just able to share what we see if we have any concerns, but it doesn't hold us liable for what we say there, because when they bring it to council, it will be more refined. And when we have to vote, there'll probably be changes from what we happen to bring to the table. And things might have changed from what they said. So it's just a nice way to be able to see a project, understand it before you just get it dropped in your lap, and to have that conversation with them. Well, why are you doing this? And why are you doing that? And we don't have to take up that time during the actual hearing when it eventually comes. So that's the purpose of those. And I have found them good. We do have a post meeting. We have our legislative person, lobbyists coming in to look at some bills. So that's always good. It has been a busy year, but
Yes.
we just, as you know, um, just keep plugging away at them all and trying to. We do have a website, so if you ever want to know what the bills are, what we oppose or support, um, it's on the website. So go look there if you're interested. And then quarterly, we meet with our 3 employees. So we've met 2 weeks ago. We met with our attorney. Last week we met with our city manager. Tomorrow we meet, or tonight, it's not tomorrow, tonight we meet with our judge, and we just do that so that you don't wait till the end of the year for um, your end review. We try to meet with them so that we can stay updated. If we have questions as a council, if they have questions, they bring us their these meetings in March. They've been bringing us their goals, so we know what we're going to be evaluating them with, and we have those discussions. And so that's been working. What didn't work last year, we did all 3 the same night. And some of our meetings, when you're dealing with some of this stuff at midnight or after, we all just want to go home. So
Yeah.
that's fair to them. So we asked, would it be okay to split you up and just bring you one at a time so we have more time? And so that's worked much better. And we
Good.
haven't been in the middle of the night for anything. So that's good for
Good.
them.
Yeah. All right, we do have a question from Dave. He says, I see that City Manager Freitag is reporting on the municipality's trash ordinances. Should we worry that a single hauler or pay-as-you-go throw proposal is coming? There was a lot of opposition last time the city tried.
Exactly. Agree. And I've read his report. His report was because we have new counselors that were asking about some of those questions. And so that's the reason it's information only. And so I take it as information only unless a counselor wants to change something, and then you will, I'm sure, hear about that, and then it will be different conversation. But this is just for information. They were just wondering what these other cities did, and so that's the reason for the information.
All right. Thank you for the question, Dave.
Yes.
If there are any other questions, feel free to get them in the comments. Otherwise, is there anything else that you want to let us know?
Well, I thought Dave was going to maybe ask this question at Policy in Pilsner last week. I shared that there's a survey out there from the city over fire department stuff, and it talks about a possible ballot issue. going on the ballot, and then it runs down different things. We were told that they were going to do that, but we have had no discussion to know all of the ins and outs of it, nor have we as a council had a discussion as a whole. If we're going to start talking about ballot issues, I think you have to look at the whole picture of what we're looking at. We're doing the strategic plan in April. And to me, from once we have that and know the structure, then the next question is, do we have enough money to do everything we need to do? Are we thinking about going to the voters for anything? This question asked about uh, sales tax, and what they're proposing would take Adams County over 9% sales tax. It would run Jeffco up against the 9%, but we're still lower because Adams has a road tax that Jeffco doesn't. So that's the reason the different, it's 8.6 in Adams County and 8.35 in Jeffco for the taxes we pay for sales tax stuff. And so if you go a full 0.5%, that puts you at 9%, and it puts Jeffco at 3.85. So you always have to look at that when you're going up against that and what other cities. And then I just feel like we missed having the full conversation instead of pulling out one thing. I have no idea what 6 other people have in mind, but getting ready for the strategic plan and whatnot, I certainly have had some things in mind that just to ask questions. What does this look like? I've heard some other councils do some ballot measures for certain infrastructure that has worked, and people know exactly what the money's going for, so they have accepted that. I'm just sorry this hasn't, I don't, I'm not negative or positive. I just need people to know we as a council have not had a full discussion, and this is out in the public as if, well, do you like this or this? Or the other part of it is, if you don't want sales tax, do you want property tax? Which, after this year's reaction to people with property tax, I'm not sure I would have put that question on. But maybe they think that then that would help the sales tax issue. I don't know. I can't answer any of that, only speculation, because haven't been able to ask those questions, or we haven't had that conversation. So, I don't want someone setting us up for being the fall guy if because I don't know whether we would or wouldn't say this is the one piece that we put on a ballot. And it usually needs to be finalized by the end of August, so it goes on the ballot in September, and it goes out in the ballot. But when some people have asked, and I have said, no, council has not had this discussion. So I don't want people misled that we are saying this is factual.
Yeah, I would definitely appreciate that clarification. It's always nice for people to have all the information. So appreciate that.
But talk about real quick your gala so people know about it.
Well, thank you.
We'd love to see them there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's April 13th, so it's coming up in under 3 weeks now. And it's at Church Ranch Event Center, which I believe is the first time we've hosted it there, at least in a while, as far as I know. So I'm really excited about that. It's a beautiful venue.
I'm hoping for a nice night because it's beautiful over there.
Yes, I hope so, because they have a really great outdoor area that we could use. Yeah, absolutely. But we'll be honoring, let's see, 9 different people, businesses for their contributions to the city and the community. And so just really excited about bringing people together to celebrate their success and the cool things that are happening here. So
it's always a very happy, uplifting night.
yes, definitely. Yeah.
Tell them
Yeah.
how to get tickets.
Thank you. Yes. So you can get them on our website, the westminsterchamber.biz. And on our events page, there's a link on the calendar. So just go to April 13th and the gala will be there. And yep, you can get tickets. It's still early bird pricing for a few more days. So hopefully people jump on and take advantage of that discount. After the 29th, I believe it goes up just $10. But so yeah, definitely get on there and get your tickets ahead of time. So.
And do they have to be members of the chamber to attend?
Nope, don't have to be members to attend or to receive an award. So yeah, we just want to.
It's fun interviewing you.
Once in a while, the tables get turned, and I'm always a little bit like, oh gosh. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. And I certainly appreciate you being on here with us today. I know you are very busy. You've got so much going on, but a lot of people tuned in, and I know we'll get a ton of replays as well. So I really appreciate you and your feedback and keeping everybody informed about what's going on here. So
perfect. And I just see a nap in my future before a meeting tonight.
Yes, absolutely. I hope so. Real quick, we've got one more comment from Dave. We'll squeeze this in real quick. Is there a concern about the response times or business of the fire department? Seems like they're doing a good job with their current station levels.
That's what's hard to have a conversation because we haven't heard the presentation of why they're doing what they're doing. We haven't heard numbers. We've heard nothing. In fact, a group that I'm in, one of the alumni, sent out their minutes, and that's the most that I've learned about it was through minutes of yet a different meeting to inform me what all of this is about. So I can't answer that because council has not had that discussion.
Yeah, we'll have to stay tuned and see what more information you can provide. So
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the question, Dave. And thank you again. And we'll see you again here in a couple months. We'll see you out and about before then. That's right. Yep. All right. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.
You too. Bye-bye.